What's happening, guys? So we have match preview of our game on Super Sunday, which is our second to last Super Sunday of the season, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Aston Villa at the Emirates Stadium. Match preview. Let's get it. Now, coming back off the shambles of the other night, I don't want to see no bullshit. Straight back on the business and go get let's go try and win this league title, man. Let's go. I mean, got no time for no games. Like the overnight was the overnight. It is what it is, right? 7 games left in the league, right? We've got a second against Bayern to reach the semi-finals for the first time since 2009, right? And then it's back to Premier League action. You know what I mean? And we go on, right? Because the overnight was not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. You know what I mean? As I said, I mean, I don't make this about that, right? But there's no way Jose Enrique, right? Let me get my picture, right? There's no way Jose Enrique was the other night acceptable. You know what I mean? This is what I want to drive home. You know what I mean? I want to drive home to viewers watching this that what happened the other night is unacceptable. You know what I mean? They had no fans, right? Did Bayern. That man a paw, and they came Emirates and didn't lose. Now, I know I said about Anfield and could you go at Anfield and do that? Ironically, they go lose to a poor side, Liverpool, go lose to a poor side at home in the Europa League in the first leg. Now, I believe Liverpool will turn it around because I think that Atlanta, they're getting too gassed. You know what I mean? They're getting too gassed. You know what I mean? They couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But they're not acceptable. Anyways, let's get into this match preview. Let's read into it. A 2-2 draw with a out of sorts Bayern Munich on Tuesday in European action probably felt like a disappointing result for Arsenal. It did. Felt like a loss. But we have no time to dwell on that match as attention swiftly turns back to the Premier League title race when they welcome Aston Villa to the Emirates Stadium. Men begin the weekend at the summit, yet with rivals Liverpool, Manchester City playing before them. Oh, that's interesting, yeah, because we're playing Sunday. And I can't remember who Liverpool and Man City have. I think Man City have Luton. Is it Luton they still have to play? Something like that. I think Luton have to go to them. Something. And I can't remember who Liverpool have. The Gunners could be under serious pressure by the time they take to the field in North London. Hopes should be high. They can end the round top of the pile once again, especially as they hold on almost unblemished 11-match unbeaten run in the league, 1-10 draw 1, while no side in the division boasts a better defensive record, GA 24. That backline is far from impenetrable at the Emirates, though, with just 5 of their league-high 14 clean sheets coming on home soil. This is what I'm saying about our home form, man. And to be fair, like the last season as well. But yeah, at home, I don't know what it is. Teams, they know how to score at home, man. You know what I mean? At Emirates, man. I just hate it. I just hate the fact that we're like this at home. Before we were sharp defensively at home as away from home, equally. Jesus. And after losing the reverse fixture 1-0 in December, they could potentially be doubled by Aston Villa for just the 3rd time in Premier League era. Jesus Christ. I mean, when has Aston Villa done a double over Arsenal and it actually meant something to them? You know what I mean? Villa boss Unai Emery returns to his old stomping ground, buoyed by beating Lille in European action on Thursday on a landmark night that saw him bring up 1,000 games in management. Form has been harder to come domestically, with the Villains winning only one of the last 5 league outings, drawn 2, lost 2, although only goal difference keeps them out of the top 4 round. And wonder, considering that across the run they've conceded a whopping 12 goals. So these men have been conceding bare goals, right? So if I swear, if we struggle against these lot, you know what I mean? I swear, struggle. I don't want to have to try and look at the Bayern game and Aston Villa could be the same. But, you know I mean, anytime you start to believe anything, these men will tell you, look, this is why you shouldn't believe us. They do it every single time. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace.
Can't have it. Can't be having that. Now imagine. I don't even want to imagine. I don't even want to imagine.
Emotional damage.
Don't have to do that. Don't have to do that. It'll therefore come as a little surprise that they've got the leakiest defence in the top 6, and that could get worse as Villa have lost 6 of their last 7 visits to the Emirates, 1-1. Yet only the current top 3 have accumulated more points on their travels heading into the weekend. So perhaps an upset could be on the cards. Well, I hope not, right? I hope not, because it's going to be tears from the fan base. Can't be having that. I mean, we can't be out here dropping any points to Aston Villa. They're the only team that can do double overs now this season. Because this is the last team that we're playing this season that has beaten us. You know what I mean? So if we don't lose this game, no team's done a double overs. Season, Man City did a treble on us. Beat us twice in the league and in the FA Cup, right? With that, Brighton beat us twice at home last season in all competitions. To be fair, West Ham this season have beaten us twice, home and away. You know, home in the league, away in the cup. So West Ham is actually the only team to beat us, you know, more than once this season in all comps. Anyways, I don't want to know all that. Arsenal scored the opening goal a league. Arsenal scored the opening goal a league high 4 times this season. Well, you know, obviously the usual suspect is out for us. Timber will not play. They've got a few players that won't play, like injuries, and Doug Luiz is suspended for yellow cards, and they've got one player that's questionable. So you know how we do it, guys. We get into the head-to-heads. You know, we look at the last 5 matches, look at the Villa's last 5 matches, and then we go into the last 5 matches between both clubs. So, starting with the home team, Arsenal's last 5 matches, we've won 3 of our last 5, drawing 2 in all competitions. With that, we've drew 2-2 against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Unacceptable. Before that, we beat Brighton 3-0, which, yes, Brighton hadn't lost a home game since West Ham back in August. So this is Brighton's first home defeat in the league in 2024. So 3-0 is an improved win. I even said last season, for me, one of the most impressive wins last season was when we beat Brighton 4-2 out their ground. And then we go there and beat them 3-0. Again, another impressive win. Before that, we beat Luton 2-0 at the Emirates. Before that, we drew 0-0 at Man City. Before that, we beat Porto 1-0 on the night and beat them on penalties. So it rounds off to a 2-0 win, like, you know, on this flash score thingy. So that's in all competitions. Aston Villa won 2 of the last 5, drawing 2, losing 1. And this is all competitions. Beat Lille in the Europa Conference League 2-1 at home. Before that, they drew 3-3 against Brentford at home. Before that, they got slapped 4-1 at Man City. Before that, they beat Wolves 2-0. Unai Emery's beaten Wolves for the first time. Before that, they drew 1-1 at West Ham. Now, the last 5 against each other now. Now, obviously, the last time we played Villa, we lost 1-0 at Villa Park. Before that, we beat Aston Villa at Villa Park 4-2. Before that, we beat Aston Villa 2-1 at. Before that, we beat Aston Villa 1-0 at Villa Park. And before that, we beat Aston Villa 3-1 at the Emirates Stadium, which means Arsenal have won 4 of the last 5 against Villa. Villa winning all. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Standings, Arsenal top of the table, at least for now. Obviously, City and Liverpool play before us. Aston Villa sit 5th in the table. So the 5th can still get Champions League. So it's still, it's not out of reach for them. And yeah, so let me check the fixtures. Let me check the fixtures. I'll check the fixtures and see who everyone's got. Because obviously, we're playing afterwards. So, right. So Saturday starts off with Newcastle, Tottenham. Tottenham go to Newcastle at 12:30. Yeah, Man City play Luton. That home to Luton at 3:00. Oh, Liverpool play Crystal Palace at home. Before they play at o'clock on the 14th. Then we play Aston Villa at 4:30. Right. So we might as well write off Luton because there's no way. I mean, no way Jose Enrique is Luton going to Man City and getting anything. So Man City will be top of the table come Sunday. Then Liverpool, Crystal Palace can be tricky. But I do think Liverpool will do enough to see it out. At worst, I'd probably say a draw. But yeah, I personally think Liverpool will win that game. So we're just going to have to be prepared to be third. No, yeah, third in the table by the time when it comes to Aston Villa. We have to be prepared to be third in the table. But we need to beat Aston Villa. And also, after Aston Villa is the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinal against Bayern Munich. But yeah, that's that. My score prediction for this game, I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. Just a simple 2-1. Nothing complicated, nothing fancy. I don't expect us to steamroll these men, even though defensively these men are not that sound. But yeah, it's business end of the season. We ain't slapping teams 6-0 and all that anymore. You know what I mean? That's dead and buried almost. You know what I mean? We've seen that recently. As for starting 11, I know I don't really get into starting 11 too much. But, Kiwior, obviously, he was our main left back while Zinchenko was out. Now that he's had, 2 shaky performances, meaning, what game was it when he was getting cooked? He was getting cooked in one of the games. Was it against Man City or someone? And he got subbed. He was getting cooked anyway. I think it was against Man City. And then Zinchenko came on. And then the other night in the Champions League, he got dusted. You know what I mean? And which led to Bayern's, opening goal. So Zinchenko came on in the second half. So obviously, Zinchenko is going to be back there. But in all fairness, there's no harm in putting starting Tomiyasu. But Zinchenko hasn't been horrible. Just that I still can't trust him as a left back when it comes to the crucialness, and you know what time of the month it is, right? I don't know, but we'll have to see. So it's Steven Gabriel, and then it's going to be Ben White. I mean, we've had Timber all season, man. You know what I mean? It's like, I would have liked to say, maybe put Timber at right back, blah blah blah. But I couldn't say that all season because he's been injured. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate when a new signing gets injured. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it just something just hits you. I mean, all season. Christ, I don't think he'll see a game this season again now until next season now. But obviously we're taking our time with him, and obviously it's not a must that he comes back in anyway, so I can understand it. But for midfield, I'd start Partey in this game. And Rice is a number 8, and Odegaard is at 8. And then I'd go with I'd probably go with Trossard on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Havertz in the middle. That's probably what I'll go with. It's one of them where I do think we can afford to leave out Saka, Jesus, or someone. Obviously, we chopped and changed when we played Luton, and Smith Rowe and Reece Nelson, they started together and everything like that. I think we could do something a little bit similar maybe for this game. You know what I mean? Not that I'm taking Aston Villa lightly, but that's personally what I think. So I'm just thinking of that buying game as well. And I do want Partey to start that game with Rice, because Partey's passing, forward passing, in his position, or in that kind of position, apart from Odegaard, he's our best forward passer. He can find players better than Rice and Jorginho. Jorginho's more good with a long range passing, but Partey, that short passing, he has the capabilities to find to make that killer pass. So I do. If Partey didn't start this game, then fair enough. But I do want him to start and shoot when. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, that's probably the 11 that I'd go with. But I know that it's going to be probably the same 11 that started against Brighton more than anything. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The link is in the description below. And as you guys know, I'm doing a charity boxing event on the 4th of May, which is not that far away. I think it's about how many weeks now? Probably about 4 weeks away, 5 weeks away, something like that. I'm raising money for charity. I'm boxing in aid of British Heart Foundation. So far, I've only raised £200. Any donations would welcome, guys. The link is in the description. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be the match reaction to this, because I won't be doing a watch along. I don't know if I'll do a watch along again this season. I don't know. But we'll have to see. Anyways, see you in the next one. Peace.